What do we got, mate?
We've got Berto's Demolition. So I don't know if anyone knows, but behind all these reno videos is me telling Tyler what he should do. Sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't. We're about to go f this thing up.
Welcome back to another episode of our home reno journey. We're basically rebuilding this place from the ground up, redesigning the entire downstairs, adding a second story, and giving the outside a complete overhaul. Let's just say it's a massive job. In this episode, things are really starting to take shape. The downstairs is getting sheeted, the slabs for the new garden shed and pool are being poured, we unbox a robotic lawnmower and tackle a whole lot of cleanup. Proudly supported by Opus, Ultimate 9, Superior Engineering, GME, Tie Gear, and in part by... Alrighty, off to another episode. Very busy morning, so I'll explain what's going on. Berto's doing a bit of a service and check over on the BMW, our current daily. Which, in a couple of months, that thing is being torn apart to go into another vehicle, and I'm sure most of you will know what's going on there. But in true BMW fashion, it's currently got a huge oil leak that's just making a big mess everywhere. So Berto's sorting that out and then just doing an oil change on it and checking over a few things because we haven't given it a proper check over since we bought it. And then Berto's brother Matt is here in the house finishing off some of the electrical work, finalising where some of the power points and switches and lights and that are going, working through that because the builders are starting sheeting the bathroom today, so they're going to try and sheet out all the bathroom, and they're starting the James Hardy paneling we're doing at 1200 around the whole house. And as well as that, Heath is up the front there. He's finishing off the top section of that driveway up there. And he's got to get some more crusher dust in the pool area for Jarden. And he's going to finish tidying off some of the junk that was left over from the pool deconstruction. Move that out of here.
Now when the sun come up, I'll be there to say what up in the morning. Brush my teeth, find that clip.
With the top section of the driveway topped and looking good, let's catch up with what's going on in the house. Matt was finalising all the power points at 550mm, running the cables and mounting the brackets. He had to get all this done as the builders were sheeting the bathroom and then sheeting the whole house up to 1200mm. He'll be back to complete all the switches, fans, downlights, etc. before the plasterers come to do the rest of the sheeting the following week. We've also still been deciding on the internet cables. We are going to run a connection point down into the rumpus room later on, and we'll run a couple upstairs when the time comes, but we aren't going to run them into the kids' room. The wireless internet will be plenty for them. As you can see, Darren and Gary are currently sheeting out the bathroom. In wet areas like this, you use a fibre cement style sheeting, which is water resistant, mould resistant and durable. They measure up, cut the sheets to shape, and then it is both glued and nailed to the walls. With the bathroom just about fully sheeted out, Heath was back in the tipper truck with a load of crusher dust. Jarden the concreter had asked him if he could dump a couple of tonne in the pool area so he could finish prepping that the following day. Crusher dust loaded into the pool prep area, time to clean up the remaining rubble around the back. Between when Heath was here on Friday and it's now Monday, we had a heap of rain on the weekend which made this all wet again, which has made it impossible for Heath to finish off this job here he was trying to get done today. He's got all the rest of the rubble out of there, but he's just stacked it here at the moment. The reason being he didn't want to run it to our bin around there or to our burn pile and stuff, because like you can see how much of a mess he's made just from one run, and that's all gone through the driveway as well. So he's like, I'm just going to make a complete mess of it. So at least it's there out of the way, and then you have to come back another day and get rid of it. And then same issue over here because of how wet it is. Like you can't properly tidy up this area here, so he's just going to have to leave it for the moment till it dries out. Like you can see there's just water sitting on it. Anyways, it's sort of 3 steps forward, 1 step back, battling the soft ground, but we're still moving forward and getting there. He spent some time levelling out the dirt at the front with a spreader bar, and that was Heath done for the day. Back inside, the boys had finished sheeting out the bathroom and were getting ready to begin the James Hardie panelling at 1200 down the hallway and in the bedrooms. Using the pinpoint, they set it up to laser out 1200, and then it just does a big spread beam in all directions, saving trying to measure out and mark individual heights everywhere. This makes it super accurate and saves a bunch of time. With all the heights marked out, similar process to the bathroom. Measure the sheets they need for each section, cut them out, and then start laying them using the glue and nails. Bill's just gone home, another day done and dusted, but some good progress here at the place today. All the bathroom area is fully sheeted. So you walk in here, this will be like your vanity, your mirror, you know, your main area. Separate toilet in there, and then separate door into big shower down that end and bath down that end. We actually have the first rooms back in our house, which is exciting. And then they did not get too far yet with the James Hardie panel groove, whatever it's called, but they made a good start on it here on one of the bedrooms. So they'll be doing that 1200 around the whole house, the bottom floor. And that's a fully water resistant, waterproof paneling. It's like a fibro cement or whatever it is, so it can sit in a flood and it won't be damaged. And then you can see they've raised it up a little bit, so there's about a 20mm gap there. You can still see all your floor studs, your wall frames, whatever you call it. The skirting board will cover that, but the idea will be if it does flood here again, which, you know, hopefully it doesn't. It's not like it floods here every, once a year or something. It might not happen again for another 20 years. It could happen next year. Who knows? But we want to be, as prepared as we can be for the scenario, so we don't, nothing like what has happened this time would happen again. It'd be much less damage and much better outcome. But yeah, the plan we came up with to set it up is we'd simply pull all the skirting board off, so then that would expose all the wall studs, and then you could let it all air out through all that, and there won't be any insulation there to get damp. All the power is up 550, which should well and truly be high enough. Yeah, you pretty much hose this bottom floor out, mop it out, and then just change your skirting board, maybe a bit of a lick of paint, and you'll be back in here within a couple of weeks. And maybe get, a couple of machines to dry out all those wall studs and stuff. There's a few different ways you could do it, like none of them are really perfect. That balance between practicality and aesthetics. Looks like some people just do like a color bond like sheeting around the whole thing and then just pull it off, let the wall dry, screw it back on, but we didn't really want it to look, full industrial down here either. So hopefully this is the balance that works to make it, the good in between, whatever you call it. But Bills will be back tomorrow, so I'll get some more footage tomorrow when they keep sheeting all this out at 1200 with the James Hardie groove. She wanna hang with a star boy, the sun and the moon and star boy. Astronomer, anonymous, I line them up, we grind them up, it's 9 of us and 5 of us. Jarden the concreter was here early the next day to continue prepping the pool area, as we were hoping to get the exposed aggregate poured in a few days. First job was to level out the crusher dust Heath had left there and then start laying down the Rio. Jarden had the intricate job of setting up all the pool foam edging, which is a special product you need to use when you are pouring concrete right up to the edge to hold it in place. Rio was all tied together in place and the first level of the edging was on. So there are 2 more foam pieces to attach onto that, but Jarden didn't want to put them on until the day before pour, so that was the pool all done for now. Given it was still morning, Jarden figured he may as well start prepping the garden shed slab we needed to do as well. If you saw in the previous episode, we did have a garden shed there, but the slab is all cracked and the old garden shed was pretty rusted out and damaged from the floods. So we pulled that down and have a fresh one to go on. Jarden decided to just concrete over the existing slab to save time and costs, and was going to use waffle pods as well, which gives a slightly raised finished floor level, but also creates a stronger finish due to the internal ribs and reinforcement with this system as it creates a concrete grid.
I ran out of tears when I was 18. so nobody made me but the main streets. Cause too many people think they made me. Well, if they really made me, then replace me. Homeless to Forbes list, these niggas.
So this is a garden shed slab, all prepped, ready for pour day in a couple of days. That's those waffle pods. They're a styrofoam, and they give that bit of height and fill up over where that old slab was and up out of the ground there. So instead of bringing a heap of material in to try and fill it back across, this is like a whole lot cheaper, quicker, and easier. And so you can see, because you got your ribs in here as well, where all the concrete will go, and like your big strong edging, it's gonna make this extremely strong for a garden shed. Like, it's overkill, but yeah, we know if we want to fill the garden shed with whatever, the concrete slab's going to be good. So you can see you got really thick Rio that goes through it. You got obviously got all your Rio on top. These are the chairs that he uses on top of the styrofoam. Like he said, just if you are walking across it, they spread the load a bit better. I can't remember what else he said, but yeah, those chairs, plus you got some of your normal chairs down there as well, and the chairs just help bring your Rio up so it sits roughly center of where the concrete is going to go. And you can see here too, these waffle pods are a little bit taller than these ones because the ground started to fall away, so it just brought the height back up so the Rio roughly sits center the whole way through. But then obviously all your actual final finish and edging is using these boards and string, which has all been lasered out to make sure it's fully accurate and good heights. So that's exciting. Garden shed there, coming together, ready to be poured. While the concrete prep had been going on outside, the builders had been inside continuing with the sheeting up to 1200mm all day. Didn't get heaps of footage, just a few time lapses. As you can see, there is a lot going on at our house at the moment. It's kind of funny, our house is just like a complete construction zone every day. We've got 3 builders in the house. We've got Berto building his ute in the shed. We've got Jarden doing all the concreting, like, you know, the pool, the garden shed. There's just so much going on. But anyways, I'm filming what I can. I've had to duck out because I'm at the courtroom because I got first court appearance or whatever it is for this excavator driver driveway saga. It's going on, so I got to turn up here. I got like all my evidence, and I don't know what exactly is going to happen, but we'll go in there and see how it goes. So I've left Demi there with the camera to try and get a bit of footage of what's going on there this arvo, but I'll let you guys know how it goes. Another day, not too much happened at court yesterday. I was there in person, they were on the phone, there was like a mediator. I think they worked out there wasn't really going to be any mediation between the issue, so they've just escalated it to court. So that's in like 6 weeks or something. We have to a certain date to submit all the evidence, and then it's not actually an in-person court because it's through a Sydney court, so it's just via phone. So I don't know, that's the next step. Anyways, there's a lot going on at our place today like usual. We got Jarden and the concrete is here doing final prep for pour day tomorrow. We got the bricky here filling in those 2 windows. We got the plasterers here starting, so they're starting on the bathroom. And then we got the builders finishing off the sheeting at 1200. I think that's it, lots going on. I'll go start filming what I can. Let's check out Sean first. He was filling in the 2 old windows we are deleting as part of the new layout, using all the bricks Demi and I had uncovered and cleaned in the last episode. He did say too, we did a very good job cutting out all the half bricks and getting it ready for him.
And every time I see you, you just walk away. Still the world is turning. I wanna hear what you've got to say.
Look at that, beautiful. 1 wall, 2 wall, fully filled in. I'm really glad that we went with the matching brick because that looks a whole lot nicer. On camera it does look quite different, but the reason for that is because it obviously still has to dry and it probably need like a bit of a wash and clean. And he was saying if we use some hydrochloric acid, we'll be able to get these bits of moss off the brick. But yeah, once that dries and set, it's going to blend in very nicely. But he did say it'll probably take time, like he's tried to match the mortar up as close as he can. But even once it's dry, it's probably not going to look exactly the same. But yeah, it's the best you can do. So shout out Sean, he did a really nice job of filling in those 2 holes, and then yeah, that'll keep all our options open of whether we're just going to leave all these bricks or the other idea is probably we're going to paint them one day, but I don't think we'll ever render them or anything. It's just too much money. Darren, Gary and Joel were still smashing out the James Hardy Groove panels. Not too far to go now though. They nearly had the 4 bedrooms, bathroom, laundry and hallway all complete. And then the plasterers were working behind them, starting with the bathroom and laundry, doing all the touch-ups, filling it all in, making it flat and smooth so it was ready for waterproofing and then tiling. Crazy how quick it's all coming together. Super exciting. Jardin and the boys were on final pool prep before the big pour day tomorrow, laying down the final parts of the foam edging.
Still the world is turning. I wanna hear what you've got to say. I wanna hear what you've got to say. I wanna hear what you've got to say. I wanna hear what you've got to.
How are you feeling about tomorrow, mate? You ready for the big day?
Ready as we can be.
And there's the pool area all prepped, ready for pour day. First thing in the morning, they'll be here about 6 o'clock, start getting set up and organising it. So that's very exciting. We are going with like a white snow, I believe it is, exposed aggregate, but I'll show and explain a bit more about that tomorrow. All the chairs are down, which brings the Rio up to sit about halfway, 50 mil, in the middle of the 100 mil slab that's going to be across all of this, which will run between, there's your foam edging on that side, out to your board edging on this side. I'll quickly show this foam edging and how it works. So that was the first part that you saw getting screwed down earlier in the episode, and then you've got a second part which is a foam here which sticks to that and the side of the pool, and then off that you put your third bit of foam which comes up and creates the wall, which is what your concrete will push up against. So they're just like stuck on, so you do have to be careful with this sort of stuff because it's foam, it's quite delicate. But then you've also got all this wire that goes through it. You can see it on the other side as well where it comes out, like, you know, there, and that helps hold the foam as well from the pressure of the concrete back up against it. So Jardin said he's used this whole method, done it once before, and it all works good, so he's hoping that it's going to work good this second time as well. Fingers crossed, but I'm sure it will be all sweet. Jardin knows what he's doing. And then on these, it's probably hard to see on camera, but there's like a little weak spot in them all back here. Like there's one there. So he said once the concrete's poured and starts to set, like you give it a certain time and then you pull this section off, and you'll pull these out and you'll sort of jiggle them and they'll snap at the weak point back here in the concrete. And then I think you give it a day, or I can't remember the time frames, and then you'll come back and pull this one off too. So you'll only be left with this one under there, which you'll never see because it'll be buried under the concrete, and then your concrete will sort of come out over the edge of your pool and water. And then this is the new skimmer box. I don't know where it is, but there's like a top bit that'll sit on this as well that it'll pour concrete into, so this will match your finished height. That'll have concrete in it with, like, you know, a little stainless puller thing on it, so you just pull that off and then your skimmer box will match in and look nice across. Huge thank you to Jardin because he goes to like such huge effort to make sure that everything is like perfect and nice and the way we want it. It all comes out like really good. He doesn't just go, I'll pour the concrete and then slap the last few things together. Like he goes that extra bit to make sure every single part of it is just gonna look beautiful.
It was way tighter than these guys.
Early start today for pour day. The boys are over there doing some final prep, sorting the last couple of things. And then the pump truck is here getting ready, so it'll have the big arm which is going to come over the pool, and then the concrete trucks will come up to it. They'll pour into it and it'll pump up out the big pump over into the pool. The first concrete truck arrived and the boys were on. The concrete truck feeds it into the pump truck, which pumps it all the way over. After much debate, Demi and I had decided to go with a white snow exposed aggregate for the pool area. Because it was going through the pump truck, there was 20% less rock in the mix, but we were happy with that anyway, as we didn't want the rock too busy. And then I believe the concrete mix had 20% white oxide in it to help widen it all up.
Step into the light and start a tiny fire. Stop being so goddamn quiet. Got a spark in your heart so strong.
What do you reckon? Are you excited?
I'm super excited. It's so satisfying to watch. Look at it. You can just imagine it now.
And said that if I get a handful and we wash it off, we'll be able to see the rock that's going to be in it. He said black only. That's what we wanted.
No, that's not what we wanted.
Imagine it was just full of black rock.
Literally. Look who it is.
I haven't made an appearance in the house Renos for a
Hey,
while.
get back-
so here
get
I
back
am.
in there.
Here I am. I
Yeah.
found the rest. Okay, whatever.
He's it's only 8 o'clock and he's here, guys.
Yeah, it was 7:50.
Yeah, 7:56 when I saw you.
That's a different coloured rock than I was expecting to be in there.
Show
So
me.
that's the exposed aggregate rock. Like that's what it's going to look like once they wash it all off
Have
and
you
it
heard
comes
of
out.
quartz? It's just quartz and quartz.
Is that what you wanted?
That's like perfection.
Yeah, this is. I guarantee this is what she wants. Nice, white, pastel, smooth rocks.
Literally. I'm happy with that.
That's just. It's like a lucky dip from nature. You don't really get perfect.
You get what you get and you don't get upset.
Same as like the house you buy, it floods. You get what you get.
Starting to come together now. As you can see, it just gets done as plain concrete initially. Well, looks like plain concrete. The exposing of the rock comes after, but I will show you how that's done when they get to it.
And start a tiny fire. Stop being so goddamn quiet. Got a spark in your heart so strong. Wash away your pain, turn the pool.
Phase 1 of the pool area was complete. Let that sit for a bit, then straight on to the garden shed slab. We wanted to get it done on the same day instead of having to pay the pump truck to come back another time. Obviously just using a plain concrete for this one. The initial mix, which might have still had a little bit of exposed aggregate in it, got sent down into the bottom. Then by the time it got to the top and sides, where you would see it, the exposed would be long gone. Let it set for a bit, pulled the boards off around the side and put the chopper on it, and that was the garden shed slab done. The garden shed we are doing is 6 metres by 3 metres, so an 18 metre squared area in total, slightly bigger than the old one that was there just for that little bit more space. Exciting stuff. We got a pool coming together and the garden shed coming together.
And then you just said we could get chickens that can float away.
Oh, don't know if I said that.
Oh, I thought you did.
Maybe. How come you're putting sugar on the pool?
It's to retard the surface so we can wash it off. Don't ask me anymore.
That's it.
Was?
Sugar acts as a retarder to delay the setting process, extending the workability time for placing the concrete. Sugar coats cement particles, slowing the hydration reaction. The sugar molecules attaches to cement grains, preventing them from fully contacting the water and hindering the formation of calcium salicylate hydrate, a key component of hardened concrete.
So John said anytime they do exposed aggregate, they spray it with the sugar, and then it's all about timing for when they gurney it after to expose the rock.
Too much sugar, adding more than 1% can completely stop the hardening process. Adding too little is ineffective.
The concrete needs some more time still before they can begin exposing it. So Demi and I decided to unbox our new robotic lawnmower. As you guys know, we have a lot of grass here, a very big yard, about 5 acres. Mammotion reached out and said, do you want to try out one of our, what are they? Robotic electric lawnmowers. So I think they're like AI or something, mow the lawn for you. I said, yes, please. We will try one.
We'll do it.
Saves me sitting in the mower all day. So let's I don't really know much about it, but it looks sick. So let's unbox it. Let's try and figure this thing out, set it up, and then we can pretty much just sit on the veranda,
Drinking coffee.
and then this thing will mow the grass for us.
I wonder if Steph can sit on it.
Are you excited, Zeffy? The idea behind this is if Demi can set it up, anyone can set it up.
Well, then why you should be doing this? Because like if you can set this up, anyone can set this up.
No, I'm too busy, so.
I'm basically an engineer at this point.
You wish.
Mom, open that. What robot feels better?
While Demi's putting together the robot, I'll open this, which they sent out as well, which is a garage stand. Look at that, Zeppy. It's got its own shed to go in, its own garage. Garage is set up.
I built it without the instructions.
Look at you go.
I'm basically an engineer. Super simple, figured it out on my own. It's now charging and I'm just downloading the app and then we can map out where we want it to mow. I think we get to choose a name. So me and Nick already came up with the names.
It's been an hour or two. I reckon that concrete must have set enough because they're about to start gurning it. Well, they are starting to gurney it. They start exposing all this rock. While they're gurneying outside, because it looks like that's going to take a while. We'll come in the house and show what's been done, because this is all nearly ready to go for the plasterers on Monday. A lot has been done in here. Quickly, down this end in the big rumpus room, and our main walkway and where the stairs are going to go has not been done yet, but everything else back from there has been done, so give us a tour.
This is the laundry.
This is where you'll spend all your time.
This is my favourite room. This is the bathroom, vanity, toilet area. Felix's bedroom. Jasper's bedroom. Pi's bedroom. And our bedroom for now.
Until it eventually becomes the
Office and merch room.
So I've done all the James Hardy groove paneling to 1200 around the whole house. You happy with that? Looks nice.
So nice.
So that'll be like, obviously it's all has to get painted, but it'll have the grooves through it, which is a bit of a vibe.
And then you have like a little strip of something to match in with the normal gyp rock.
So the last thing we have to do to get it ready for plasterers is Matt is here today doing the final electrical work.
Big final.
Yeah, you having fun?
Oh mate, it's a big rat race, but she's not too bad. She'll get one. She'll be a good one for done.
You're dealing with the spaghetti of mess that they got in here everywhere, trying to fix up someone else's mistakes.
Yeah, just decipher what's good, what's not, and try and make it look a bit more presentable. So
there's a lot of wires, old wires, pull out of the roof and tidy up, running all the switches to where they need to go, moving all the fans to the center of the rooms because all the room layouts have moved, and be putting some downlights in as well in various spots where we need them, like in the bathroom, the laundry. 1, 2, 3 bedrooms won't have downlights because they're not huge rooms, they just have a light in the fan. But this bigger room here we will put downlight with a fan in the middle. So it's coming together.
Yep.
Exciting, a lot happening.
I can't wait to have some lighting in this joint.
So plaster is next week, and then the following week waterproofing and tiling.
Yep.
And then we'll see how long they take, how they go. Then after that, it'll be like builders will be back to do the doors, door jams, skirting boards, stuff like that. Then it'll be paint, and then it'll be final electrical and plumbing fit out. Big job on the gurneys, but the rock was all coming out and the pool area was starting to look spectacular.
Now when the sun come up, I'll be there to say what up in the morning. Brush my teeth, find that clip I've been looking for since last night. I feel so caught up in the bud. I float somehow in my bedroom.
What do you reckon? You happy with it? So that's it all exposed. Now we just got to get all that foam off and then expose all the edging. How's it feel?
Feels nice.
A lot of people are saying not to get exposed because it'd be too rough under the feet. What do you reckon?
Don't expose your pool then. That's fine with us.
This is one of the cons of exposed aggregate. Kids taking skin off when falling over in the pool area. We did look into getting it honed to provide a smooth finish, but that was another over $10,000, which I was not keen to spend money on and did not have the money for. And to be honest, any type of concrete or hard surface is not going to feel great, and it's probably going to take skin off if you fall over on it. The scrubbing of the sides was a slow process. The new Mammotion lawnmower was fully charged now though, so we were keen to test it out. So we got it all set up, charged, and then it says to bring it out into an open space with your docking station and your pole satellite thing here, which has to have open clear view of the sky because that allows it to satellite read, do its mapping. So I think now we can control it on the phone, and what we'll do is we'll just pick like an area to start with. We won't do the whole yard the first go, but we'll sort of, I think you drive it, map out an area, and then it starts mowing. So you can steer it on your phone. You just have to walk it around the perimeter of what you want to mow, and then it will work its way through mowing everything inside that area, self-avoiding and dodging any obstacles, trees, etc.
Now it's asking me to create a mapping area to get back to the charging. If you just want to mow this area and then like an area down there, you just map a channel and it will just go from one area to the next. Now it's asking how high I want to cut the grass. Let's do that.
So yeah, 45.
And then task speed, pretty freaking fast. Path spacing, I don't know what that means. Cutting path angle.
So now what?
Now it's mowing.
So instead of being on the mower, you can sit here and watch it mow on the screen. We'll let that mow for a little while and come back and see how it does. So it tells you we've mapped out a 511 metre square area. It's only mowed 1% of it, or 2%. It's only been like 3 minutes. Time remaining 132 minutes. So that's the whole area there it's mowing. Have fun, Wally. It's been about an hour and a half. Look, it is slow, but you can also increase the speed a bit more, I believe. But it is actually done a really nice job. I'm impressed and a little bit surprised. It's just slowly working its way across all this section. You can see it's a bit hard to see on the camera, but you can see you got all nice lines. It's a nice length and it's just slowly doing its thing. And because you don't have to be here or do anything, like it doesn't really matter if it's a bit slower. It can go all day or 3 days or all night or whatever. And then if it does run out of battery, it just comes over to its spot, drives itself back to its charge station, charges itself. I believe that's how it all works, and then it can just come back and keep going. So I've only mapped out a 500 metre square area. It's just a bit of a test area, but what we'll probably do now is another day we'll go around and we'll sort of map out all the different spots it needs to do across the yard, and then yeah, it can just do its thing when it's time to mow the grass. So that's really cool. It's also very quiet as well. Like you can barely hear that thing over there compared to a normal mower, which is loud. So you know, instead of us out mowing the grass, we can be over at the pool enjoying the afternoon and just have this thing going. And Mac got all the switches, lights and fan positioning's done. We did add one in down there low to go for the washer and dryer in the laundry, and then there's just be on top of the bench power points. And then all the bedrooms, we got the fans and all the lights and all the switches in place, ready for the plasterers on Monday. And he's added in stuff here in the bathroom too. So light there, like a Tastic thing there, which will be your fan, light and heater. All poured, looking beautiful. We obviously have to give it a few days to set, and then we can build our garden shed on it, which is over there. So I've already got the garden shed set up, well not set up, but ready to go for it. This little lip they've done here on the garden shed too, that's how you're meant to pour garden sheds apparently. So when we build it, it'll come in here, and then I think it's maybe so like water runoff, when it comes down it doesn't run into your floor. And this is all done and looking amazing. Maybe not the water. Have to obviously clean that out, but yeah, that looks so nice with that white snow exposed aggregate all along it. So give it a couple of days to dry. John said he'll come back in a couple of days and put the cuts through it, which you need to do for expansion, and he said he will acid wash it as well. He said it'll just look a little bit chalky till then, but once you acid wash it, it shines it right up, whatever it does. And once it dries out enough, we'll get this pump and the filter and all that reinstalled. Fencing is still a couple of weeks away, but yeah, we can still get the rest done and start cleaning it up. Probably get the pool people here to come. They're probably gonna have to flock it again because it's that much of a mess. Stoked with it all.
Yeah, I'm so happy. It looks way better than what I ever thought it was going to look like.
Yeah, it came out really, really nice. John did a good job.
Yeah, and like look at the box thing that he did.
Yeah, that's
that looks so good.
That's very nice. That's your what's that called again?
Skimmer box.
Yeah, skimmer box. That looks really good. For where our filter and pump and that are going to go, we'll probably build like a little shed around it or something. Massive steps forward today, but garden shed, pool, electrical done in the house, robotic mower, and it's ready for plastering on Monday.
We're going to have a house soon, doo-dah, and a ring, doo-dah.
Is concrete dry, is it? Do you like the new concrete? It's Monday afternoon. Demi and I did have a very busy weekend. I didn't really film anything. It was all just cleaning up. But we got rid of the rest of that old wooden fence there, so that's all gone, and we cleaned up all a heap of fencing and crap we had sitting over here. This is starting to come together really nice. The pool people came this morning and flocked it, so we'll start cleaning it up, drop it all to the bottom, then they can suck it clean. We've got to get this pump and all that hooked back up, so it's coming together. It's looking so good. And then today's project is cleaning up this old carport that's here. So I've pulled everything out, so it's all over there. Had about 7 billion tyres in there, so we've still got some, but Sean did come with his car trailer and take a heap away, so he's got mates that wanted them and spares that he wanted, various things, but I didn't want that many tyres here. And then because it's all emptied out now, Berto's gone to get some 20mm blue gravel, the same that we used on the driveway over there, or blue metal, and we're just going to neatly re-top the surface in here, and then we can neatly stack everything back in. And what we're going to do too is we're going to re-sheet the sides of this carport, so it's an actual, like, you know, nice protected carport in there for us to store nothing too precious, but just, you know, tyres, lawnmower gear, outdoor gear that we're not using.
Another day is here and I am still alive.
Half a cube was the perfect amount. That is looking a heap nicer in there. And the plan now is we're going to resheet this side of that carport thing, undercover area, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to get rid of everything that's there. We're getting that done ASAP because we want to put our new garden shed on here. But once we put the garden shed up, it's going to be too painful to resheet that. So we need to do that first.
What you've got to say. I wanna hear what you've got to say.
The sheets we used were leftover ones from the main shed when we pulled down the internal wall. Just used them so we didn't have to spend money buying more.
What you've got to say. Hey.
That's that whole side there, sheeted in. Costed us nothing because we used the leftovers from the wall in the shed. All we spent so far is $42 on gravel.
Time to knock off and have a video.
Mate, look at that, we're pretty much roofers. Alright, if you need a roofing job done, don't call us because we don't want to do it, but just know that we're good at it.
Just know, Alan, I'm better at roofing than you, alright? Look at
Yeah.
that. Building cars, roofing, full driving.
So all we have to do now is line that up and trim that end off. Trimmed off, now we'll do this back wall. And there's the back wall up too. We aren't going to worry about that bit for now because we can't get in there because you got that shed and chicken wire, plus we have run out of material. Well, that's that wall and that wall done, and that's a whole lot nicer in there. Little carport storage area, and cost us barely nothing because we just used material that we had here anyway. What Berto was saying too is maybe tomorrow we might even get some shelving and make some shelving along the back wall and this edge too, so we can store stuff on it. And then it's also not very stable, we noticed. Like, it moves. Which is probably not an issue when it wasn't sheeted, but now that it's all sheeted it'll have wind force on it. So we're going to have to work out a bit of a bracing plan for it too. And then Jarden turned up on Darche to acid wash the exposed aggregate, which removes any remaining cement residue, that dull, cloudy look, and helps bring the natural colour and texture to life. And pulled off the final layer of the foam from Pour Day. And then he was back again at 7 AM the next day to measure up and put all the cuts in the concrete, known as control joints or contraction joints. The idea behind the cuts is they create a weakened line where the concrete is more likely to crack within that line, thus less visible and avoiding ugly random cracks on the surface. Concrete does commonly crack over time due to expansion and contraction with weather. That's all the cuts in the pool area done. But I know, I've just been cleaning up this morning, got rid of all this rubbish that was sitting here, and then I think next we're going to take down this greenhouse over here. That one here, we're just trying to clean up all this area, working our way back. What do we got, mate?
We got Berto's demolition. So I don't know if anyone knows, but behind all these reno videos is me telling Tyler what he should do. Sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't. We're about to go f this thing up.
That's most of that cleaned up there. What I'm thinking with this stuff here is Jarden said he can come back one arvo later this week with his excavator, and then I was thinking maybe I'll just get a yellow skip bin thing, sit it there, and then all that concrete, all the tree roots, all that, I'll just put it in a skip bin and get it out of here. It's a bit of money, but it's just going to be the quickest, easiest way to get rid of it. And then once that's all gone, we just got to work out what we're doing with the rest of this structure. Demi does want chickens, so we may keep this or redo it or reuse it or something. The plasterers are inside this week too, getting all the remaining gyprock and cornices done for the 4 bedrooms, bathroom and laundry. Once they are done, it will be time for tiling, fitment of doors, door jambs, skirting boards, all those little bits and pieces, then paint, and then final fit out of electrical, plumbing, that sort of stuff. So it's really starting to come together.
Well, this the life we always fantasize. Bitch folk problem through a Queen Street nigga's eyes. Every time you see me pulling up in the Ventadors, just know.
We haven't got around to doing anything further with this carport yet today, but I did just get 3 cube of sand delivered here. And then Zeph and I are going to spend some time this afternoon on the shovels and the wheelbarrow, repairing all this land all around here. Just sort of push some sand in up to the edge of this slab all around the pool, and then all the back here where we had the machines on it. Like, I've sort of gone around with a shovel in my feet and just kind of roughly push it all back in place, and now we'll just spread some sand through it all. We're coming into spring, so that should be a good chance for it to firm, harden up and grow grass nicely back across it all. We're off to Tassie in about a week, so I want to get it done before we go. That way I'll give it a good time to start growing over while we're away.
This is like
Nice shoveling, Zephyr.
he's suffering in the house.
You're so good at shoveling.
And these guys somewhere.
Hey.
We hung up summer, sprung mattress with baby. Say, tripping off dyke ain't my name, strike with payday. Say, flipping blue lightning, tight name strapped with AK. Say, OG one told me, one showed me, one 8 ways.
We are going to finish up that episode there. We are dropping new episodes every Sunday, 7 AM, so make sure to subscribe if you aren't yet so you don't miss any.
She wanna hang with a star boy, the sun and the moon and star boy. Astronomer, anonymous, I line them up, we grind them up. It's 9 of us and 5 of us, a body fuck. She mollied up, I tallied up all the parts, boy. 20 legs, arms, head, head, more head. Oh, God bless the dead.
Hi.
I wear my chokes out to bed. I'm the
Get your jar of the green car right now. Ryan, do you hear that? That was slick.